I'm JasonUFC, and today we have a story about UFC light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira versus Khalil Rountree has been announced as the UFC 307 main event in Salt Lake City, Utah. Now you can see this was announced on UFC CEO Dana White's Twitter account, so I can't play the audio or the video, but I will leave the link in the description. We're just going to look at the card that was announced according to Dana White. UFC 307 in Salt Lake City on October 5th, 2024 will be headlined by UFC light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira versus Khalil Rountree. The co-main event will be Pena versus Pennington. You have other really good main card fights on this. I really do have to admit. You got Ivanov versus Sterling, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Buckley. We're going to have to come back to that fight. Vieira versus Harrison, Aldo versus Batista. Yeah, I mean, some really good fights on this card. Even Delize versus Kevin Holland. Is that back? What's going on with Delize? Didn't Delize fight in the light heavyweight? Didn't he just defeat Anthony Smith? Am I wrong about that? That's a middleweight fight. That's interesting, right? Yeah, I just want to preface this by saying I am a MMA casual, so I can't follow everything that's going on in the sport. I just can't. But I do want to give my opinion about this card. I do think this is a good card. The first thing I want to say is that this is a very stacked card in my opinion. Now, the main event, I'm calling cap on the main event. I'm not a fan of the main event almost at all. Like, I'm not a fan of the main event at all. Khalil Rountree, I have no idea how many victories he have over ranked top 15 UFC light heavyweight contenders. I believe he has a victory over Anthony Smith, but if Anthony Smith is the only name you have in your top 15 opponents on your record, I don't think you should be getting a title shot from off that. And also, didn't Khalil Rountree test hot in his last tests like this year, or was that last year? I know he hasn't fought this year, so I don't know what's going on with that. I really thought the UFC was going to make MMALife versus Pereira, but they announced the MMALife fight a few weeks ago for no reason at all. The UFC clearly, I don't know, they must not like MMALife for some unknown reason. But, like I said, I don't know if Khalil Rountree is ranked in the UFC top 10. He may be ranked number 9 or something like that, right? But I'm shocked. There's a lot of other contenders that MMALife would be number 1, should be the number 1 contender, should be fighting Pereira. I don't get this fight, with Rountree not really defeating anyone in the top 10, coming off of a hot test. How do you get a title fight? That's just beyond me, but we're just going to move on from that. Pennington versus Pena, that's going to be a good fight. Pena talks a lot. We haven't seen her in a while. Pennington is very tough, right? Champion. So that's going to be a good fight. But it's going to be interesting because Pennington and Pena is going to be on the same fight night as Vieira and Harrison. And Harrison, she's going to be, that's basically going to be the number 1 contender fight. Whoever wins that fight is going to be between Vieira and Harrison will basically be the number 1 contender. So they will be on the same stage. They will be talking trash to each other. So that's going to be fun. And the last fight I want to talk about is the welterweight fight. This is an interesting one to me. Wonderboy Thompson versus Buckley. We haven't seen Wonderboy Thompson since last December versus Shakar Rakhmonov, where he got finished by Shakar Rakhmonov. A lot of the talks were going to be Wonderboy Thompson versus MVP. We didn't see that. Wonderboy Thompson maybe versus Colby Covington. Last we saw Colby Covington, he's wrestling and getting tapped out by Lil Pump. So, I'm surprised that Wonderboy Thompson is fighting Buckley on this card. Where's Colby Covington? Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, let me know your opinion of this card. Like I said, I like this card. I think this is a good card. I'm not happy with Khalil Rountree. I don't think he deserves the title shot. I think MMALife deserved the title shot. If not MMALife, then just have Pereira fight Aspinall, right? That's a big money maker, right? But You know, am a MMA casual, so what the hell do I know? Let me know your opinion of this story. I am Jason UFC. Today we have a story about UFC 307. Main event will be headlined by UFC undisputed light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira versus Khalil Rountree. Other fights on this card: championship women's bantamweight championship fight between Pennington, Pena, Ivanov, Sterling, Wonderboy, Thompson, Buckley, Vieira, Harrison, Aldo, Batista. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the $1 donation button. And please tune in to the next video on this channel. Thanks a million for watching.